What's up, everybody? We are having another podcast today. We're going to be talking with a Instagram person that I have started to talk more and more with. His name is Patrick. I'm going to have him introduce himself, and then we're gonna get rolling with this, guys. So, Patrick, you take it away, man.
Thank you. My name is Patrick. Basically, right now, I'm going to school full time. I'm working full time, and I love social media. I love marketing, social media. Like you said, I'm big on Instagram. Well, I don't like to say that, but I'm very much into it. I love it. I love all sorts of social media. That's what I'm doing part time for a place called Provo Beach. It's like a family fun center.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. And then I'm doing sales as well. And then I'm going to UVU
Okay.
in Utah right now for marketing.
All right.
It's pretty interesting so far.
How long have you been going to Utah?
Well, so it's been off and on.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm about a junior, sophomore, kind of in there as far
Okay.
as classes go. But I've been going here for, I want to say about 4 years.
Okay.
Just off and on though, so not strict. But yeah.
So, what's your actual degree in as of right now?
So right now it's in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been kind of like looking back on your previous Instagram stuff. You've been on for about 2 years. What got you started on Instagram? That you like? Were you just wanting to post cat pictures, or were you like really trying to get deep into the Instagram life?
Yeah. So I was pretty slow into it. Like I was all my friends had Instagram and I didn't really know what it was about, and I felt like I needed to post something meaningful instead of just pictures of my cat, like little selfies, you know. And so
Yeah.
it took me a while, but I should have gotten into it sooner. But yeah, I bought a GoPro and I kind of made a little marketing plan for myself a few years ago, saying I want to post these adventure pictures, these pictures where I can hiking and explore, you know.
Yeah.
And so that definitely got me into it.
I was gonna say your actual first picture was you and I believe it's one of your buddies, but it's
Yeah.
on a GoPro. You can clearly see the GoPro pole in the picture, and from a standpoint of I used to use my GoPro all the time, and now I'm not using it as much as I used to.
Right.
I definitely need to get back into it because I know that at least back in the day using it, I was getting really good
Yeah.
shots on it. I stopped using
Yeah.
it because I'm like, oh yeah, it's wintertime. I don't really need to use this, but like I know that people still
Yeah.
use it. Like there's tons of use for it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because I can throw it on the burst mode, like put it on an action like GoPro pole and like throw it up, and it'll take 30 shots. I could just take the best right out of there. So it's really easy to use, and
Very nice.
yeah.
Which one do you have? Which
So I have the 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the one that just came out, but the one before that. So it can shoot in 4K, and yeah, it's a black. I haven't pulled it out for a little while actually, but yeah, I love it. It's good.
So with you doing like your Instagram stuff and marketing itself, has that been helping you learn how to do marketing for other ventures as well? Just doing Instagram on your own account.
So sorry, it cut out just for a moment there. What was that one more time?
Sorry, but when you work on your Instagram, is it helping you learn how to do marketing for a broader scope, like going and doing marketing for other companies and whatnot? Just through your own Instagram.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because with social media, as you know, it's always changing. It's constantly changing, and
Yeah.
if you want to be effective in it, you have to be in it. You know, you have to definitely be in it, and so that definitely helps. And as long for other companies, it helps my personal one as well. So it connects and definitely helps each other because I can use the same techniques, the same processes, and it works pretty efficiently.
Now, like right now, personally, I'm trying to get from what I'm doing right now as just working day to day to becoming a social media manager for the company that I work for. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the things that I want to do for this company, and it's just through my own social media where I'm like, oh, I could do this, and I can boost it out like this, and I only really need to spend like $10, and it gets
Right.
to an extra 1,000, 2,000 people, and just
Right.
just quick stuff. My stuff is all tech related. What I would be working with is furniture related, so it's a whole nother demographic that I have to learn.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean I like learning the social media curves because like a couple years ago, Snapchat was a big thing, and Snapchat was a
Uh,
big thing for specific people, for specific group. Like Instagram is really big
right.
for photographers, but it might not be really big for like 14 to 15-year-olds. And like Facebook is one of those things where I notice at least that it's a much older crowd. So it
Uh,
depends on where you got to aim your shot at the place that like that really will land it with what you're doing right now. Have you been using more Instagram to reach out for your social media stuff, or are you using more like Facebook or Twitter? What's your go-to usually, except for Instagram for your personal?
right. Right. So for like the company I'm doing the social media for, is that what you're asking? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For sure, Instagram. All the like most of the attention is right there.
Okay.
For the company Provo Beach, they've had their social media for a while. Their Facebook is 5,000, 6,000, but we only get one or two likes on each post organically. So it's definitely died down for us there. But
Yeah.
Instagram, it's that's where I hit it hard, and that's where I put most of my attention right there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now with what you're doing, are you trying to be a freelance on the side kind of stuff, or are you just specifically working with this one company?
So right now, just that one company. Yeah, yeah, for sure, just that one. I wish I've considered it before, doing freelance for different companies, um, but I just don't have the time right now with school and then doing sales and doing that. I've definitely considered it because I love it.
Yeah. I was gonna say because a lot of people, when it comes to social media itself, sometimes they'll spread it out. Maybe after school you can hit up people and say, hey, I've been working social media for this crew. I can work. I can just do consultant work because I know a lot of people that are
Yeah.
that are doing consultant work for not only social media but other like avenues, and it's really
Uh,
nice to be able to bounce from place to place, and they're really not tied down to one specific company at one time.
right, right, and that way you can put in your input and not put in a whole lot of time. I'd say each week. If that makes sense. You can
Yeah.
definitely open yourself out to a lot more people and a lot more avenues, like you said.
Yeah. Now, when you were getting into the whole social media thing, what was your biggest hurdle you were jumping? Was it the content, or was it posting?
So what do you mean by the posting?
So, was it harder for you to go and find the content, or was it harder for you to be consistent and post on a consistent basis?
I'd say getting the content for sure. So doing these, I'm kind of spreading out now, but originally I would just do adventure pictures like hiking, just doing these kind of lifestyle posts, and that was pretty hard to get content for because I'd have to go out hiking, climb a mountain,
Yeah.
or something like that. So as soon as I had that, I would try to post, and I'd try to do that at least once a week.
Okay. Where
Yeah, so definitely getting the content.
where is your favorite place been that you've gone to for
Oh
your
man,
posts?
yeah, that's hard. because I've been trying to go to like all different kinds of places.
Okay.
I love hiking for sure.
Okay.
Kind of getting out in nature. There's just something there. I feel like.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's this big mountain over here. I wish it was light outside.
Yeah.
But there's this big mountain called Mount Timpanogos. It's one of like the highest points in Utah,
Okay.
and it takes probably 15, 16 hours to get there to the top and down.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And people run it, but I've only hiked it. Um, and it's pretty crazy up there because once you get up there, you see all of Utah Valley and just it's crazy, and it's beautiful though.
So have you lived in Utah your whole life, or did you live somewhere else before this?
Yeah. I've always grown up kind of in the middle of Utah.
Okay.
And I, of course, I've traveled. I've spent a little bit of time in other places. Lived with my grandmother for a few months. I was actually a missionary
Okay.
for the Mormons
Okay.
for a little, and so I was lived in Ohio
Okay.
um, for about 7 months.
That's awesome. Did you like Ohio or did you not like Ohio? You can be honest with me. Okay.
That's all right. It was all right. I didn't like the humidity
Yeah.
because I was there for the summer and that was hot.
Yeah.
And then the winter, oh man, that was so cool. You might have seen the Mormons riding around on their bikes
Yeah.
out there, and I don't know, but it gets cold with that humidity out there.
Oh yeah.
But I love the mountains here, so it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, from a perspective of an Ohioan, I can tell you right now, it's like 3 degrees out and it's horrible. It is horrible, and I'm like, oh, it'll be all right, it'll be okay,
Yeah.
and it just gets worse. It'll dip down to like -4, like what
Oh,
was it
jeez.
last week? Last week it went up to 50, and I'm like, what is going on?
What the?
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
jeez.
so that was that. I mean, I don't. I'd like to visit Utah. That's one of the places that I have like on my
Oh,
list of places. I've been to
do it.
California. I've been to like Boston, New York. I've been to all these like really cool
Yeah.
places. But like Utah's really cool because of the mountains. There's like a couple other places I really want to visit just purely on the fact of like the sites itself. Like
Oh, for
yeah, Utah's
sure.
definitely on that definitely high up on that list though.
Yeah.
Now, any places that you really want to visit that you're like you haven't visited yet, but you're like it's on your list.
Oh man, I've never been to Hawaii.
Okay.
It seems like everyone around me has, and there's a lot of cool places there. Um, I'm trying to think. There's some really pretty beaches in Florida.
Hmm.
Um, Alaska's really pretty. I haven't been there at all. Uh, New York is cool. I just cool just to be kind of like in that whole experience and
Oh
like
yeah.
feel that energy of everyone there. I
Yeah.
couldn't be there for like a really long time, but
Yeah.
just because of all the noise and everything. But I want to visit for sure.
Yeah, I did New York for one day. It was like it
Yeah.
was we spent one day there and I left the next day and it was just like it was really fun, but at the
Yeah.
same time I didn't know what to do. I was, people were running around like get out of my way and I'm like, "Okay, I'm from Ohio. I'm just trying to watch around." Like you, you know,
Right.
you almost it's like a shell shock, and the same thing with California. When I
Yeah.
went to California in October, same thing. I was so gung ho to go everywhere, and all these people are like, "Yeah, we're just here to chill." And I'm like, "Oh, this is the complete opposite of what I'm used to now." So,
Right.
I really like. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Which part of California was that?
I was in Long Beach. I flew into LAX, and then I went from LAX to Long Beach, and I stayed in Long Beach for was it 4 days. I'm hoping. I
Nice.
don't know where we're going this year. It's all determined on TwitchCon, the convention that goes on for Twitch .tv. They they've done it in LA, they've done it in San Diego, I think, and they've done it in
Okay.
Long Beach and I think one other place. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I love Long Beach. It's so pretty there, and there's so much to do. So
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite places, honestly.
Yeah, they the one thing I didn't do when I was in Long Beach that I've heard like amazing things about was the aquarium, which I'm kind of
Oh
upset.
yeah.
I'm upset at myself that I didn't do it, but at the same time, I was so wanting to be at the convention that I'm like, I don't even care about I could see penguins and stuff all other places, but I've heard it's
Right.
like the best place for some of the some of the animals. Like Cleveland's got a really good zoo, so I'll go to the Cleveland Zoo. It's nothing different to me.
Yeah, right, right, exactly.
But yeah, so what do you see yourself doing with your Instagram? Because I see that you're doing a lot of like well, not a lot, but I see you're doing like giveaways and stuff like that. Now, are you trying to expand yourself on Instagram itself?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've been a little lazy on Instagram just the last couple months, just because so much going on.
Yeah,
Like I got married and like school and everything. But yeah, yeah, definitely giveaways. Kind of expanding myself, trying to get out there. I feel like that can bring a lot of good exposure, and of course,
yeah.
bringing comments in there, and so other people can find me, and it kind of like snowballs a little bit. Just trying to reach a more of an audience that way.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Yeah.
that's why this is one of the reasons why I like doing this. Sit down and talk with people from like
Yeah.
Instagram and Twitter and from YouTube and whatnot. I'm trying to get people to not only be exposed to new people, but also maybe they find someone that they really like just purely on the fact that we interviewed and and I said, yeah, that he does this, that, and the other. He takes really cool. You say you take a lot of really cool adventure pictures, and people are like, oh, what's his Instagram? Oh, let me check him out. And then it's and that kind of, and like, oh, hey, did you check out this guy? Oh, did you check out this
Yeah.
person? Blah blah. And that's the reason why I do this, because it's like I want people to be exposed to new people,
Right.
and to learn people's backstories, because people don't understand, like, there's a whole subculture that's underneath everything that people don't realize. They'll be like, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
they post stuff on Instagram, but it's like they don't know, like you said, it's a 15 hours up and down on this one mountain just to take that one picture.
Right. Exactly.
And that's the kind of thing that people really like to hear, and it's
Uh-huh.
very cool. What what have you guys been doing to like post more? Are you guys planning really cool trips coming up, or do you guys have anything planned out for the future of your well, some more pictures?
Right. Yeah. Definitely. I plan on going hiking pretty soon. Just like the initial shock of this semester kind of slows things down, but
Absolutely.
definitely getting out. The good thing about Utah is there's so much close by, and so there's still a lot of places that I haven't been. But just getting out and doing that. One thing that I'm definitely going to start doing is vlogging a little bit, like at least like a once a week kind of video,
Yeah.
just to put something out there.
Yeah, I like that.
So changing things up a little bit, but more content.
Yeah. Did you see the whole news behind YouTube and their whole algorithm that they're doing now? They're changing a bunch of stuff up. Basically, they're changing it from, you have to have to get partnered in their partner program. You have to go from
Oh yeah.
it used to be 10,000 views. Now there's 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours of watch time. So people have to watch your stuff for over 4,000 hours. What do you think of that?
Um, overall, I think that's good. I mean, if someone, I watched the Philip DeFranco show today. I don't know if you watched
Oh
that,
yeah,
but
I love. He's my favorite. He is literally my
yeah,
favorite person.
exactly. I've watched him for years and years. But yeah, he mentioned something, and I totally agree with it. That the people that didn't really meet that threshold, that bar,
Yeah,
are only getting paid like $100 in a year anyway.
yeah.
So it's not a big deal. And if it helps YouTube overall, then good for them. I know they've been running into a lot of problems lately, and so if it helps, then that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is that if I personally think that what's going to end up happening is it's going to weed out a lot of people that you know don't really want to be on the site, or they're just posting occasional videos and they don't really they don't have any sort of plan to continue on with it. I think that the people that are thriving are going to do well. The people that want to thrive are going to do well. But the people that are just kind of, whatever, and they're just complaining to complain, those are the people that are going to be the ones that are,
Oh yeah.
are affected, and they're just gonna, they're gonna go to the wayside, and it's fine. But
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that for sure.
yeah, I think that the whole this whole era of YouTube is now it's trying to appease not only YouTube but also the ad people, because that's the only way this is going to continue what it's doing. Otherwise you might have to pay to be on YouTube, and that kind of would suck.
Right.
That's not okay. I mean,
Right. Right. People are just dabbling in it, kind of seeing it, testing the water. You could say that restrict them a lot. So I think that's great.
yeah, and
For sure.
I believe it was the whole thing with YouTube's partner program, that them changing everything is really having them, they're having their own interest at heart, because they, at the end of the day, they are a company. They do need to make money. They do need to employ their people. So I kind of understand where they're coming from in the whole, spectrum of, like, they need to protect their own butts, and
Right.
that's okay with me. I understand. I wouldn't expect you to pat me on the back every time I did a good job. Like, I just want to be able to be on the platform. So don't, as long as you don't restrict my access to be on the platform, I don't care.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm not looking to make this my full-time job. Like, I'd like to be cool, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm still new at this. I'm still working at
Right.
it. So it's just,
Right. So it's just your side hustle for now,
right.
and we'll see where it goes. Right.
Right,
Right.
exactly. And that's the best part. Like, I could have 12 side hustles and promise you I'm still gonna be okay at the end of the day.
Right.
So,
No, that's exactly what I'm doing and everything. Like, if it takes off, it's great. If not, I love it.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
and if you aren't doing it for the love of it, it's not worth it. I personally
Right.
believe, if you're like, first and foremost, oh, I got to make sure I'm making money on it. Well, then you might not be doing it for the right reason, dude. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
Just
that.
because it's a cool thing or because of whatever,
Yes.
but you don't want to do that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, it's just like with Twitch. People go on there and, like, oh, I'm gonna play video games, and after 2 or 3 months, those people that aren't going anywhere, they're like, whoa, what am I doing? Or it's just like anyone that starts off at the beginning of the year, and they have a goal of, new year, new me, and they try to work out, and they work out for 2 months, and they go, I haven't really lost that much. Well, then you're not really looking for, you're not looking for the long run. You're looking for the short game, and that's your issue.
Right.
But and that's the thing, is, like, that weeds out the people, and I like that. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how has married life been for you? Have you guys been doing some awesome stuff? Have you guys been did you guys go on honeymoon at all?
Right. Right. So we got married in September.
Okay.
We went on a road trip. Yeah. So we started in Utah, went up to Oregon,
Okay.
Portland.
Okay.
Hung out there. I haven't been there before, so that was kind of a cool experience. Kind of experiencing that culture, trying some good food.
Yeah.
Then went down the coast, all the way down the 101 to San Francisco.
Okay.
Um, so hung out there for a little bit. And I love San Francisco. I've been there probably every year for the last 10 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. My great grandpa lived there. He just barely passed away, but yeah. So we go there every year and visit him. But it's a cool place.
That's
It's
sweet.
really cool.
That's sweet.
And then we just came back to Utah, so it was a good time. Other than that, we've just been working a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been doing some cool things, but we
Yeah.
definitely need to get back into it now that we've kind of settled in, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So are you guys both in school? Is it just you in school right now?
Yeah, it's just me in school. She did hair school while she was in high school.
Okay.
So she was able to do that in her senior year and
Hmm.
then graduate. And so she's doing hair full time, working at a couple salons,
That's awesome.
also at her dad's pharmacy.
Oh yeah,
Um, so she's been doing that, which definitely helps because it kind of stink if we're both going to school at the same time.
absolutely, yeah.
So it's just me for now. But married life is good. It's really good.
That's good stuff.
It's different, but it's good.
So, did you guys have a pretty big wedding? Was it a small wedding? Was it? I mean, how big is your family? Is it massive?
Yeah. It's about medium size. Um, yeah. So she has, including her, so she has four aunts and uncles, and I have four, or yeah, four aunts and uncles.
Okay.
So it's about medium size, I'd say. It was good though. It rained actually during the ceremony, and
Oh,
that was all right though. It was kind of interesting. It made it different at least, right?
yeah.
So it was cool though. It was nice.
Did you guys do it at like a church? Did you guys do it at a location wedding? What did you guys end up doing?
Right. So we actually got married in her grandmother's backyard. She has a pretty big backyard. It's really pretty.
That's sweet.
She already had a bunch of flowers, so we just got some more, and it was all good.
That's sweet.
But it was nice.
I was gonna say my buddy had just got married. Was it last year? And
Yeah.
we did it. I was in his wedding party, and we did it at the Cleveland Zoo, which was super
Yeah.
cool. It was like the cool. It was very. It was like a
What?
Friday night, and then we got to like pet animals afterwards. Like I never
That's so sweet.
I've never been in a wedding before, and it was like I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm like, if every wedding's like this, I'm awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I get to pet porcupines and stuff afterwards. I'm like, this is the coolest. And then you get to hang out. You can drink a little bit, eat, and
Right.
then like it was a really relaxed night. It was super cool. No drama, nothing. It was really sweet.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the fact that it's becoming more common to do stuff like that where it's you don't have to have it at a big venue. It's like you can have it at a church, or you could have it at
Right.
the backyard of your family, or you could have it
Right.
at it's not. I love that. I love the fact
Yeah.
it makes it like more personal, I think.
Right. More personal, and I think it's just I'm all for marriage, but I think it's just ridiculous when people spend tons of money going to take out a second mortgage for a wedding. That's just
Right,
crazy. I mean,
right.
it's just crazy.
Well, and the wedding dress, the tuxedos. It's like, and that can rack up money, but it's like people
Yeah.
people find ways around it. Like we had as centerpieces, they had was it goldfish or beta fish? It was like one. It was a beta fish or goldfish as the centerpieces in like
That's so
these
sweet.
in vases, and that was like, and that was the. And they weren't super expensive. I think they bought
Right.
like 40 of them or something, and it was like $30 or something for all those beta
That's
fish.
so
I'm
cool.
like, that's stupidly cheap, and I love it. And it's really cool. It was just like I said, it was a personal touch.
Right.
That was their first date. That was their first like kiss. It was like all these firsts for them, and it was awesome. I love it. Like
Yeah.
I would love to go take pictures for weddings, because I like to be able to capture that kind of stuff. I have to get better at doing photography, but I have a feeling that I'm going to start to try to push myself. I have a couple people that I do know that do photography, so I'm going to try to
Yeah.
push myself
Yeah.
to help them out. Hey, do you need an extra person to just like make sure you got batteries? I don't care. Like, I just want to learn,
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. I did some wedding photography, and like I was really into photography about 2 years ago.
Okay.
That was really fun, and I did videography and photography, and I loved it. It's a blast, and I still love creating content for social media and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
always a blast.
What kind of camera do you use?
So I use a 7D Canon.
Awesome.
Um,
How do you like it?
yeah, no, I love it. It's a little older compared with like all these new professional cameras. It's a crop sensor. I wish it was full frame, but it's great. It's great. The video isn't too good, but the pictures are really good. I
Yeah.
love a 50 millimeter on there and getting that nice bokeh behind everyone.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got what was it, the a 35 millimeter fixed prime lens, and everything bokehs within like
Oh,
it only focuses like about a foot, and then after that it's all
yeah.
bokeh. And I was testing it with like Christmas
Yeah.
lights. It's super great.
Oh,
Like
right.
you know
Yeah, that's so pretty. How low does it go? Like
um
2 or 1.8 or something?
it's 1.8.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's really nice.
And I I got it as a like a Christmas well it was like a Christmas exchange, and it
Yeah.
was like an online Christmas exchange, and the guy sent it to me, and I'm
Oh,
like, are you sure you sent this to the right person? Like, this
right,
is
right.
awesome.
This is nice.
Yeah, I was
What?
I freaked out a little bit. Yeah, it was super. And but it's like the thing is that that lens, now I've used it so many times since Christmas that I'm like, I'm getting used to it now. It's hard to get used. I've never used a fixed prime lens, and that it
Right,
totally threw me off.
right. No, that's what I use about at least 75% of the time, just because it's so sharp.
Yeah,
You just kind of have to get used to it, kind of learn like the pros and cons of it. But after that, you can take some really amazing shots and just get. Of course, you have to walk like back and forth to get the proper framing, but other than that, it's perfect.
yeah. Yeah, right now I use the Sony A5000,
Nice.
and I'm thinking about possibly upgrading at some point, like in in a year or so,
Yeah.
or maybe two. I want to upgrade to the Sony, was it Sony A7S R2 or something like that. It's like the
Yeah.
newest one. I'd like to do that one when they
Right.
have a newer one out, just so I
Uh-huh.
don't have to worry about like spending an arm and a leg, because I'm not like with my
Right.
the A5000. I think I spent like $300 or 350, super cheap,
Nice.
and it's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
camera. So
Yeah. I think yeah they just came out with the R3, the Sony, um, and something like that, and so the S3 I'd imagine would be coming out soon.
yeah,
But yeah, I've been looking at the 6500
okay,
um, for a little just for vlogging. I wish the screen like flipped out, but
yep.
those are really good cameras. They're so small you can like pack them anywhere. No, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's. I think that was the only reason why I didn't get the 6500, was because of the fact that it didn't have a flip out screen.
Yeah.
Because with me, with like when I was doing vlogging a lot, I wanted that extra, just be able to see myself, because I can't frame it by just thinking
Yeah.
about it. So I'm afraid that I'm gonna screw it up. But yeah, I think that it'll be worth it if I do upgrade, just because if I stay in Sony, I can just take my lenses and move it to another camera, and I'm
Right.
not, even if I just buy the body for it, I won't have to spend an arm and a leg for it then.
Right, because the lenses are pretty expensive for Sony. That's like one of the drawbacks, but they're really good. They're really good cameras.
Yeah, and the lenses last forever. I mean, I don't know with Canon, how many lenses do you actually own?
Let's see. I have my camera bag right here. I'd say about 10.
Okay.
A lot of them were given to me, but my stepdad. But I only use that one, a zoom lens, and a wide angle. So I only use three lenses anyway.
Yeah.
And that 50 millimeter, 70 to 95% of the time.
Yeah, and usually when you get really comfortable with the lens, and you know the quirks of it, and you know the background of it, you could just throw it on and be like, yeah, I know how to I can get this picture easier with this 50 than trying to get with the zoom lens. The zoom lens
Yeah.
doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that's what I'm trying to do with the 35, is I'm trying to get used to it so much that it's like second nature. I just throw it on there and go, it's whatever. I'm just gonna get the shot. I know how to do it.
Right. That's because I've relied on that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, making that work, and I'm kind of intimidated to get proper shots. Like if I went out to do like a shoot or something, because I still do shoots for friends and stuff, and
Yeah.
um, just for fun. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I guess I just cut out there for a second.
It's all good. So you end up getting shots for your friends and whatnot. Do you do like just like family photo shoots? Do you do like what kind of stuff do you end up doing?
Well, right now, yeah, some friends and family. the wife's hair. I just did one yesterday for it's like a bridal convention where she goes and shows off, like she has a booth and stuff. So I did a lot of shots there.
That's awesome.
A lot for Provo Beach. Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. Which is good, you know.
Yeah. Do you use a like your phone as well? Do you do any mobile shooting, or do you mostly just stick to your camera?
I just stick with my camera for the most part. My phone every once in a while at Provo Beach. And then I bring those into Lightroom and kind of edit them a little bit. Sometimes like even given a slight blur for like that professional effect a little bit, you know?
Absolutely. Have you used, I've been trying to use Lightroom on my phone just to see how I like it.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it doesn't have everything, so it's kind of hard to get used to. But it doesn't crash. That's a plus. That's a plus.
That's the good part.
Yeah, it doesn't crash on my phone.
Yeah, no, I don't really use it on my phone too much. Maybe for slight edits sometimes. I wish it was more similar to the desktop, but it's
Absolutely.
fine, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, usually what ends up happening is I'll drop my photos into Lightroom on my phone just to see if I could like do a quick edit and throw it up onto Instagram or onto Twitter or whatever. But if I can't, I'm just like, you know what, I'll wait till I get home.
Right.
But most of the time I try to get a good edit like on my phone just so I don't have to put it on my computer every time. Because then I gotta transfer it back, and it's like it's a workflow thing for me. Sometimes I'm just like too lazy to put it onto my computer to bring it back to my phone, and so
Right, exactly. No, same here. If I'm on the road or something, or whatever it is, sometimes you just gotta do the mobile upload, which is great. You know, get the content out there.
Absolutely, yeah. I found a really good technique for presets. That if you take a preset and you set it on a picture and you save it to your mobile cloud, and you send it to your mobile cloud, and then you put it onto your phone, like you let the mobile cloud sync with your phone. When you go to do a preset, all you have to do is go to that picture with the preset that's on it, and then go back to the picture that you want, and then you can actually reapply the preset to the new picture.
Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah, it was Peter McKinnon put it on his on one of his videos. It was super. I'm like, oh, that's genius.
Yeah, that's a big thing because I love my presets, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll try that out. That'd be a lifesaver.
Yeah, he said basically what you do is, with each one of the pictures that you do it on, you just like put like a title on each one of them, and it'll save it so that you can see the title, and then you can click on that one, and I think it's like use previous preset or something like that on the actual picture you want to put it on, and it'll just dump it onto it. So I've been finding really.
Dang, I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I YouTube has been a godsend with it. With Instagram and with Twitter, like little hacks on those.
Right.
I've been finding really good little hacks for everything I do, because otherwise I'm like, oh, how do you do this? Well, let me just Google it real quick, and I dive into this like rabbit hole of like tips and tricks for 4.5 hours, and I come out and I'm like, I'm a smarter person now. I'm like, I didn't know I could do all that. So, yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's how I learned to like Photoshop and Lightroom, and Adobe Premiere too for video editing.
Yes.
So that's a beast, and I would not be able to do anything with that if it weren't for YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm starting to like take people's techniques that they do with like cutting, and I'm trying to do those in my own edits just to see if I can do it properly. And I'm starting to do them, but it's like it doesn't look as clean yet, so it's still like it's discouraging. I'm like, it doesn't look that good. But I'm like, if I just keep doing it, it's gonna get better and better. That's people don't. People are like, first time they're like, nah, it doesn't look good. I'm not gonna do it again, and they go back to their own technique. But like, I wanna learn how to do something better. I wanna make it better. So if you fail a
Right.
lot, you end up eventually getting your own technique down.
Right. You kind of like curve your own path in that and kind of find your own workflow
Right.
for sure.
Right.
No,
It
I completely agree.
yeah. It's not it's not okay to to give up after the first time because you never actually figure it out. It's what is it? There's a million different ways you can make you can not make a light bulb, but there's always one way to make a light bulb. I think that's the saying. It's something like that.
Something like that.
But
Something like that.
it's this there's a million ways you could do something, but you'll never know unless you try it.
Right. Yeah.
So
What's the alternative, really? You do nothing, you know?
right, yeah, yeah, not
Yeah.
posting it and saying whatever, and you know
Right.
that's I think that's going to be people's attitude for 2018. Are you going to do the work or you're not? If I see
Yeah.
people posting on Twitter and on Instagram and on YouTube like, oh yeah, this year I'm going to change myself, and then 2019 comes around, they're like, yeah, I haven't really done much. It's like, well, my goal for 2018
Uh-huh.
is post as much content as possible, but make it good content. Don't just make
Right.
it bullshit content. And
Right.
put I want to put my personal touch on everything, but at the same time, I don't want the perfection of like my brain to be like, nah, don't post that. You know?
Right. Right. It's always better to post than not to post, even though, like, of course, you want to put something good out,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's better than not posting at all,
absolutely.
for real.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's eventually I think I'll get past that. I was talking to my family about the guy who bought who won the lottery. He won
Oh yeah.
the big lottery. It was like 300 something million dollars, and I said if I had that much money, I would just start working on projects like this. I would
Yeah.
be working on YouTube. And my mom's like, so you just do what you're doing now? And I'm like, yeah, basically. I'm like, I
Yeah.
just have
But
more.
you could make more time for it.
Right. I would quit my job and then I would only work on this kind of stuff and I would
Right.
constantly put out content and I would be able to just travel and do what I want.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I felt like it was a good idea in my head. I mean, and everyone's got their own personal thing. What if you had that kind of money? If you won the lottery and you just dropped in your lap, what's your first thing you're doing?
First thing I'm doing is vlogging every single second of that. That's something people want to see. And like along with that money comes like a good life. Like I could travel a little bit, of course, quit like my job. I
Yeah.
mean, probably hold back on school for just a little bit more. I definitely want to graduate someday, but yeah, I'd start vlogging that instantly. That's a journey people want to see.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd post that, I'd work on that, and just travel in it, and honestly vlog that for a little while. I'd blow that all, of course, but
Yeah.
that's what I do for a little, and
Yeah.
then kind of set a path from there, I guess.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I really like the answer that the guy had given. Like when they asked him, they're like, "Well, so what are you gonna do with your money?" And he's like, "I'm gonna make a better life for myself, but I'm also going to better society." I was like, "Dude, you're 20 years old. And you're saying that?" I'm like, "Oh yes, I like this guy already."
Yeah.
It shows a little hope for humanity, in the
Right.
long run.
Right.
That humanity's not lost. People are 20 years old. Kids are 20 years old, make a bunch of money. He's not like, I'm gonna go and build whatever, and it's ridiculous. He's not doing that. He's like,
Right.
I'm gonna go better my life and hopefully
Right.
better other people's lives in the process. I'm like, dude, good job. That's all I want. I
Yeah.
think, I think, I think personally, and you can tell me what you think of this is, you know, I try to make a person smile every day.
Yeah.
If it's just 1 second of the day and it makes someone smile, that means I've bettered someone's life just by helping them, feel happy about themselves or whatnot.
For sure.
And if I can't do that, I feel like I haven't accomplished something. But I don't know what if you would say your one thing a day that you try to do. What's your one thing a day you try to do?
Oh man. One thing I try to do, I try to learn something. I try to better myself in the long run. yeah, I want to improve the world somehow, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that right now, but I consider myself a good person, and I try to better myself all the time, because if you're not constantly doing that,
Yeah.
I feel like you're just so stationary and not really bettering, yourself, and kind of wasting that time in a way, you know.
Yeah. 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 What would you say for the people of that will listen to this and
Uh-huh.
watch this? What would you say your one piece of advice to those people are about social media or about just life itself? What's your one piece of advice in life?
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. There's so much. There's so much, honestly. Oh man. Just be grateful, be happy, and do what makes you happy. One of the big things that we can talk about in a minute. I know you're a fan of Gary Vee,
Oh yeah.
but one of my favorite all-time quotes, especially by him, is "Regret is poison."
Yes.
Like, you don't want to get to when you're 80 or 90 and just regret like a huge part of your life.
Absolutely.
So just live without regrets, but in a mentality when you're 80, looking back on that,
Yeah.
do what you won't regret,
I like that.
for sure.
I like that. Yeah. I over this last year, well, not even last year, this last probably 6 months, 7 months, I started to really watch Gary Vee, and
Uh-huh.
this he, I mean, it's like he kicked me in the butt. It was, my
Yeah.
brain was like, what do I do? What do I want to do? And then it was like, he was like, just do what you want to do. And I'm like,
Right.
that's a good idea. I'll just do what I want to do. Like, and
He
that's
puts it so simply.
right. Exactly. He says, and the advice that he said, and he said this in his airplane project, the stuff that
Yes.
he's said it 1,000 times. He's said it
Right.
in 1,000 different ways. He's said it, but people now just are starting to listen to him because he put it out in a project, and people were like, "Oh, I got to listen to this project." And then people were like, "Oh, wow, he's really laying into me about some stuff." And
Right.
it's not anything that he hasn't already said. Do what you want to
Right.
do in life. Make a path for yourself, and just don't make excuses. If there's an
Right.
excuse in your life, push it aside and move on. There's no
Yeah.
reason for an excuse, and that's what people need to take away from that. And that's why I try to that's with my posting every day of the quotes that I do every day. That is what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to show people there is no excuse. I don't have to do that kind of stuff. I don't have to post
Right.
a quote every day. I do it because I like it, and I do it because it motivates people and it gets people
Yeah.
up and going. Oh, I should probably go do something with my life. Even if it's just one person, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. If
How?
you're affecting someone, then that's perfect, and that's how I actually found you. I was searching Gary Vaynerchuk hashtags on Instagram, and I found you.
Right.
That's how I met. So I love it.
Yes, and that's the thing is it's the I would say the Vayner Nation is strong.
Uh-huh.
It's people that want to learn and want to grow, and it's good to meet people through that. And honestly, I want to say you're the third person I've interviewed. Second or third person I've interviewed that's
Uh-huh.
part of the whole Vayner Nation, and how people, they all have the same mentality. Grow in what you want to do, and succeed in what you want to do. And it's definitely been apparent through the people that I've actually met through this, and it's
Oh yeah.
awesome. It's awesome. So, but yeah, I think that overall, overall it's good to actually be able to talk, like to talk to you, and to not just be like back and forth messaging, because there's only so many things you can convey in a message.
Right. Right. And it's you take it a lot more internally, when it's face to face, when it's real time, for sure.
Absolutely. So with that, I'm gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, if you would shout out all your stuff, shout out any of the stuff that you want people to check out for yourself
Sure.
or for any of your projects that you're working on.
Yeah. Not a whole lot right now. Let's see. I have my main Instagram, Patrick.Barton. I have another Instagram, Patrick.Barton.gear.
Okay.
And that's kind of starting up. It was my photography page, now it's switched over. But that links you to my kit page,
Okay.
which has hiking stuff, photography stuff, things like that, which has affiliate links to Amazon. So you can check that out, kind of look at that a little bit. And YouTube, if you'd like, there's only a couple of videos on there right now, but I'm hoping to vlog soon. So
Awesome.
kind of expand that a bit, you know.
Of course. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, seriously, for coming by. I really do.
Man, my pleasure. My pleasure for sure.
And I wanna say congratulations on getting married, and you know, congratulations on the future of your learning, dude, and keep it up. I mean, seriously, I really like seeing people that are successful but also just happy. So and that's something that's definitely conveyed on your Instagram, but also on the videos that I've seen you produce. So keep up the great work, and I hope to see a lot more from you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm not sure exactly where the future's going, but we'll keep in contact for sure.
Awesome, and thank you again. And I hope to I hope to talk to you soon.
All right, see you, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching that podcast. I really do appreciate it. If you guys like that, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Check out my social media, that'll be down below. Also, if you haven't already checked out Patrick's, please check out his stuff. He's an awesome dude. Great freaking podcast, seriously. This podcast was sponsored by audible.com. If you guys want to check out Audible, I'm going to give you guys a link. It's audibletrial.com/SYB. Check that out. It's for a free 30-day trial of Audible. You guys can pick up a free book from me. And also, I want to thank Patrick again for coming on the podcast. Like I said, guys, check his stuff out. If you like these podcasts, in the end cards, there's going to be a whole playlist of podcasts. Check them out. Thank you again, guys, for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one. And if you guys know anyone that wants to be on the podcast, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this content, give me, some feedback, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Peace out. Blades up. And thanks again for watching. Bye.